Hey guys, nice to see you again. Today is going to be a first impression review of the Hourglass Immaculate Liquid Powder Foundation. It says that it's mattifying, it's oil-free, and it's supposedly supposed to be really good stuff. We will put it to the test today. I'm going to read what it says on the back too. It says that it's paraben-free, oil-free, fragrance-free, nanoparticle-free, synthetic dye-free, gluten-free, vegan, and water-resistant. So apparently this is made for oily skin, and it's supposed to be this breakthrough formula that really allows that kind of actually cures your skin of being oily. It said at Sephora that it was like some percentage of people who had tried it felt like after 2 weeks of using this that they had less oil production. So their skin had actually, on a normal basis, had improved at becoming a little bit less oily over time. Which, that obviously got my attention, being somebody who's super oily. So I did want to give it a shot, and I already took it out of the packaging. It comes like, well, it comes like this, and it comes with a little top on, and then the pump comes inside of the box, so you can actually, so it does come with a pump. And this is what it looks like. It's really nice packaging. I mean, you can tell that it's very, very sturdy. It has a pump, which is always a plus in all of our books, because then you can actually control a little bit better how much product is coming out. It seems like there's a lot of product in here too. Let me see how much. Sorry, I'm really sick. It is, well, it's 1 fluid ounce, which, let me see, is about the same as the Naked Skin. And I think there's a lot of product in the Naked Skin foundation too. So that's cool that you're not getting ripped off with the amount of product that you are getting. But let's see how this goes down. What I'm going to do is, just like I did for the Matte Velvet Plus, I am going to put this on my face, and then I'm going to go to work, and then when I get back from work I will flip this baby on and film again, so that way you guys can see how it wore throughout the day. I am going to go through my normal makeup routine. So as you can see, I've already done like my eyes and my eyebrows, even though I probably should have saved my eyebrows till after the makeup, whatever. I've already done that, and so I'm not going to touch up anything throughout the day. No oil blotting papers, no pressed powder or NARS pressed powder, anything like that, because I want you guys to actually see how it wears without fixing it. So let's go ahead and get started. I am just going to, actually no, I'm lying. I'm going to prime my face with the Benefit POREfessional primer, because if you are familiar with me and my channel, you know that I always use this because I have like super giant pores, and this really helps fix those bad boys. So I just kind of like press it in where I have the most obvious pores, a little bit on my chin, just so that it does stay a little bit better throughout the day. And Sunny's down here, so if you see little ears pop up, don't worry, it's just Sunny. And if you don't know Sunny, I introduced her in my last video, so go ahead and check that out. I'll link it down below. It's my little French Bulldog puppy. She's a handful. She's super sweet. She's a handful. That's all I gotta say. It's a puppy. Okay, so now that I have the POREfessional primer on there, I am going to just put some in my hand. It seems like it's a pretty thick consistency, like more of a creamy consistency, so it's not like water-based, which I actually kind of like, so I think that gives you, usually it gives you better coverage. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dot some on my face here. Hopefully the color is good. And hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing, because I'm using the viewfinder a little bit, so that way I'm putting this on, actually on my face. Okay. I usually just kind of start in the center and then just kind of work it out. product looks a little bit lighter than my neck, but that's okay. I'd rather have foundation too light than too dark, because then you just look like cray-cray. Okay. Now, I don't know. It shows up more powdery on the camera screen than it does in real life, but I don't feel like it has that much coverage. It's marketed as a full coverage foundation, and I just don't really see that. I have a lot of other foundations that are definitely more covering? I don't know, whatever. You guys know what I mean. That have a lot more coverage to them. I do have a pimple right in here. I'm not sure if it's going to show up on camera, but it didn't really cover that too much. It did cover the redness in my face, but I don't know. Like, it looks like my skin, most definitely, but extremely mattified. So it doesn't have, like, I like foundations usually besides my Matte Velvet Plus that has a semi-matte finish. So that means it looks like it's gonna keep you semi-matte, obviously, but it's gonna give you more of like a lifelike finish. I mean, nobody really has skin that looks like super, super matte. You know, you wanna have a little bit of a glow to your skin, no matter how oily you are. So I feel like this is probably a foundation that's gonna look maybe not so hot right now, but will wear a little bit better throughout the day because some of my oil is going to inevitably seep through. So I think it'll look a little bit more natural later on. The color is actually pretty good. On camera it looks a little light, but in real life, I mean, I think it does match pretty well. I'm just not so sure about the coverage. If you're looking for a full coverage foundation, you are not going to want to get this foundation because there's plenty of other ones out there that have more coverage than this one. Yeah. The finish is okay because it is very matte, but like I said, that will wear off a little bit throughout the day. If you have dry skin, this is not the foundation for you because you are just going to look like a powdery mess. If you are combination, I still wouldn't even recommend this because it's probably, because it is so mattifying and so like powdery looking, it is going to kind of cling to your dry patches a little bit. So unless you are extremely oily, I definitely wouldn't recommend this so far. So let me go ahead and put on some bronzer and like fix up my face a little bit. Just something simple. Okay, so now that I look a little bit more lifelike without, you know, looking like I'm dead with this pale face of mine, let's go ahead and see. So, hopefully you guys can see this. I definitely look matte. I'm sure you guys can even see that in the camera right now. I feel like I do look a little bit powdery, but that's okay because I feel like that is going to wear off throughout the day. The one thing that's getting me about this is the cost. It's $55, so I mean, I feel like at $55 you better love this product or you're just getting ripped off because there's no sense in spending $55 on a foundation that you're not completely 100% in love with because there's so many out there that are amazing that are way less money. Gotta go back to work. Hi guys, I'm back. It has been, well, let's see, I got up at 6 a.m. this morning. No, I had to work at 6 a.m. this morning. I was working from home, but I still got ready. And then I went into work and I got out of work at 3 o'clock and it is now 3:30. I just walked in the door and I wanted to make sure that I literally walked through the door and then started filming so that way you guys could really see truly what's going on in her. As you can see, I don't know. I'm looking here. I didn't blot all day long because I was really trying to make this tried and true. You can definitely see that I'm pretty oily up on my forehead and not too bad on my cheeks or maybe a little bit on my nose too, but it's not an overwhelming amount of oiliness, especially considering that I didn't blot all day long. I do feel like it has a pretty good mattifying finish. It kind of does, like it says, have a little bit of a liquid to powder finish. So although I like matte, I don't like powder finishes. But with this one, I just don't really, it wasn't too powdery, like grandma powdery, if that makes sense. So I do like it. However, I keep going back to the cost here, and I'm just kind of like, it was $55. So $55 for a foundation that I'm just kind of like, about. Seems like kind of a lot, especially because I do really like a lot of other foundations out there that are equally as good, if not better. So all in all, I'm not 100% sold on the fact that it's supposed to be a full coverage foundation. I think that it provided, you know, coverage of my redness, but it's definitely not going to do any more than that. You really don't want to have your foundation cover your, you know, acne scarring or anything like that. You want to use a concealer for that, but still, I mean, if you're gonna buy a full coverage foundation, you do want to make sure that, or a foundation, I guess I should say, that's marketed as a full coverage foundation, you do want to make sure that it's actually going to cover up those, you know, little acne scars that bother you or anything like that. So, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, about it. I mean, I'm not so sure. I'll definitely use it. I'm just not so sure that I would purchase it again. I really do like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. I do think that that does a really great job of mattifying, almost too much. I noticed that my skin has changed a little bit since summer's been over, and it's not quite as oily as it usually has been. So all I did for the Matte Velvet Plus was apply a little bit of this. This is the Strobe Liquid Lotion by MAC. I just poured a little bit into the Matte Velvet Plus foundation, kind of swirled it on my hand, and then applied it, and it didn't kind of give off as much of a matte finish, which I liked. I can't imagine using this Hourglass foundation in the summertime because I'm just not so sure that it would hold up like the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus. So all in all, I would give it 7.5 out of 10. I liked it, just not enough to want to repurchase it or encourage you guys to go race out of your houses and buy it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you like the first impression videos, then go ahead and give this a thumbs up. If you don't like them, don't give them a thumbs down. But if you guys do have any requests, I've noticed that a lot of you guys have been requesting videos down in the comment box, and I do appreciate that because sometimes, girl, I just run out of things to do. So some of you had requested more holiday looks. I will definitely get that going for you. And yeah, if you haven't already, I don't even know how this thing works, but I'm like slowly learning. Connect, I guess that's the word, connect with me on Google+, so that way if you leave a comment, I can actually reply back to you. Because if you're not in my circle or whatever, then you leave a comment, but then I look like a jerk because I'm not replying back to you. So just make sure that you follow me on there, or I don't know, connect with me on there, whatever it is. If you want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, go ahead and do so. All the links will be down below. Hope you guys are having a good day, and I will see you guys soon. Bye! Oh my god. Say bye, Sunny. Bye. You wanna go? You don't like filming, huh? You don't like filming. Look at that pot belly. You're so cute. You just want to squeeze your face, but I don't want to hurt you.